Hi, I say a very big thank you to all of you out there. I say good morning to all my fans, my supporters out there in the UK. I say a very big thank you to all my supporters back home in Nigeria. I say a very big thank you to all my fans and followers here in Malaysia. I say good afternoon to you, good morning to you all. Today we are once again live on transfer dailies and matters arising in our dear club Arsenal. I remain yours, Marvelous Serial, MCTV. Today, I think I want us to be discussing about the rumors flying in today concerning Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Aubameyang is our great player. He is our captain. He is one of our best players for now. I think for me, I'll be saying something that might be somehow wrong or something that may be somehow right, but I don't know how you are going to think about it. But whichever way, you bring down your comment at the comment section below. And if this is your very first time of watching my video, I would like you to go to the red subscribe button and give me a subscription, and also press the bell so that you'll be receiving notifications in my videos that will be coming up very soon. So I want to discuss about this issue because it has actually been a very big problem to Arsenal for quite some time now. From time to time, right from the days of Patrick Vieira, immediately he was doing so well, and suddenly after that 1995 FA Cup, we lost him. Then we moved on and on and on until after the departure of Edu Gaspar and Gilberto Silva, Thierry Henry. All these guys took over, and at the end of the day, Thierry Henry actually he gave us reasons why he actually wanted to leave, and the management and the coaching crew, they all obliged to that and gave him the opportunity to go. And finally, he left. We handed over our leadership to Cesc Fabregas, and Fabregas took us on. And at a time, Barcelona came for him again. We all looked at him and we said, okay, no option other than for him to leave. Van Persie took over, and we all saw how he left. And we saw that the next thing in our team was, I think that was Aldia Sanchez. Sanchez suddenly left us on a cold, and we planned our team on Ozil. And at the end of the day, we gave him the kind of contract that so many people never wished. At the end of the day, we are seeing what he has turned us into with the kind of play and the condition we have found ourselves into. So currently, Aubameyang, now we have seen what is going on. He is left with around 18 months in his contract. He has not signed a new contract, and yet Barcelona is gradually snipping in. And Arteta, with the information given, he said that Aubameyang has said he wants to stay, and he also wants Aubameyang to stay. We have gone beyond the era where a player will be running down his contract and he will be telling you he's going to stay, and yet you are there allowing it to be, and the months are rolling out, the season is rolling out. By the time we will be at the end of the season, he will be left with a little less than 18 months, and we will still be believing that he wants to stay. If actually he wants to stay, what is it that is keeping him from signing a new contract? Arsenal is willing to give him a new contract, but yet he has not taken the new contract, and yet we are believing that he's going to stay. For me, no disrespect, I love him so much. He is one of my best players in the world currently. I don't care. I am not mincing words. He is one of my personal best player in the world currently. For me, I think the best option for Arsenal to follow right now, for me, the way I think about it, because I am still seeing and looking at the possibility of Aubameyang leaving us one day, because players, you can never tell. They will always say they want to stay, they want to stay, but at the end of the day, you see them disappointing the club that actually have followed them, the fans that has been with them. And you know what happened during the time of Sanchez, Fabregas, Van Persie, Nasri, all these guys, Emmanuel Adebayo, all these guys, they all blew the heart of the fans. And this is something I wouldn't want to continue. We really need to learn our lessons. Of course, you know what Shaka Islop has said. He said that Arsenal has continued in making the same mistake every season. In 2-3 seasons, you will see a player that will come up with this same idea, this same problem. At the end of the day, he wouldn't sign the contract. Look at what happened with a player like Ramsey. These are players that shouldn't have left us without nothing. How could Arsenal lose a player like Ramsey, who we suffered for? He was on the treatment table for years and months. Van Persie was on the treatment table for years and months, and just one season Van Persie left us and we couldn't make anything out of his transfer. Ramsey, the same thing, we couldn't make anything out of his transfer. Now, look at the kind of problem we went into in the case of Sanchez. Now we took on Mkhitaryan, and today, what is the value of Mkhitaryan? What was the value of Sanchez if we had decided to sell him outrightly before the season he left? So these are the reasons where we really need to look into and see why, if it is the same thing, if Aubameyang actually doesn't want to sign, and we have seen that actually he doesn't want to, for us, maybe he wants to see out his 18 months in our team, but that is not the issue. What we want now is, if he is not ready to sign a new contract, the best thing for us to do now is not just to keep him, because maybe to him, he still loves the club, but not loving us as to signing a new contract. So the love is still incomplete. What we have to do now is we have to engage him, look for a club. If actually he would love to go to Barcelona, there is no problem. But let us sell him to Barcelona and not allow him go on a free, and not to allow him go on a cheap, because by the time his contract will be remaining 1 year, so the money that would be that we will get from him will be also depreciating. So for me, I think the best thing for us to do now is to sell him and look for to look for a player now that will replace him in the team. Even if we don't want to buy any player for now, we can make use of Nketiah and Lacazette, so that by the end of the season, we can now go for another top striker that will, take over his position if we cannot get any now. There are so many options out there in the market, but we will be very silent. The owners of the club will be very greedy to sign a new player. For that reason, they will cash in on him, or they will be, trying to play some mind games, and at the end of the day, he will go on a free. So for me, this is my own thought. I don't know what your thoughts might be. I don't know. But if you have a contrary thought, I would suggest you write it down to the comment section below and tell me what you think about this. And the next thing again is about the problem with Pablo Marin. For me, I think the problem is not that he failed the medical. For me, that is the way I see it, because I know the pranks that some of our management and our technical crew sometimes they play. For me, I think it is the money issue. For me, that is the way I see it. It could be the money issue. But if they are not willing to sign Pablo Marin, let them go for I think Mikola. Mikola should be the best option for us. Mikola Mavianko, I think we have to go for him. We really need a central defender now. We all know that Luis is out for about 3 games. It's going to be a very big problem for us. We know that Mustafi is doing well. No argument about that. No disrespect about his performances. But the problem is that you all know very much well that he is mistake prone. We know that. He is mistake prone. And if there is any problem that comes between him now and Socrates, automatically we are going to have a very big problem. So for me, I think it's high time for us to move out there and go for Mikola Mavianko, so that at the end of the day, we can be able to achieve that central defense position. We've not signed anybody in the midfield. We've not signed anybody in the attack. I believe our attack is okay, but in the midfield, in the central defense, in the central defensive position of the midfield and that of the attacking midfield player, we are still short of players. For me, I think we are still short of players. Willock is still upcoming. You understand? Reiss Nelson is not yet up to what actually is needed, and besides, he's not attacking midfielder or the sitting midfielder that we really need. So what we need now is a creator in the shape of Hakan Ziyech. This is just a frank talk. We know that. We know where our problems are, but the problem is just that the board are so greedy that they don't want to spend the money. They will always say there is no money. If there is no money, why not take a player on loan? Why not go for Hakan Ziyech on loan? Or you pay in some money and take him, so that between now and then, you can now complete his money. This is just what we need. We need to be proactive. The owner of the club need to come and tell us his stand, because I still see nothing coming out of him. How can he be silent for quite long now, since from the very day the general transfer window started till today? He has never made any positive comment. You can't just allow the club to be rolling just on its own without you being completely involved. You told us that you are going to be involved. You don't watch our matches, you don't come to our away grounds, you don't come to the home grounds, and yet you don't even listen or talk to the fans. Everybody is complaining and you are silent. That is not good. That is unacceptable. I think it is very much time for the fans to begin to talk about you. We are all silent now because Arteta is doing a great job, but you better sit up. You better sit up. I see that the players actually, they are sitting up. Lewis has changed his game. Xhaka has changed his game. Torreira has changed his game. To some extent, Ozil has changed his game also. All the young lads are doing pretty well. But I am telling you, it's high time for you, the owner of the club, to sit up. You, Kroenke, you must have to sit up or you leave our club for us. This is my take. Please, like I said before, if you have a contrary view to this, write it down at the comment section below. If this is your very first time of watching my video, like I said, go to the red subscribe button and subscribe for me. God will also subscribe for you. Give a like, share my videos. God bless you.